Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Daryl Talks podcast. Today, we have got another family episode, and a lot of people have asked for this episode, so I really hope you enjoy it. I'm really excited. I have no idea how this is going to go and how long I'm going to be editing for. But without further ado, welcome, Mummy.
Hello, Daryl.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right.
This is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very weird.
So, before we get started, let's just go through the icebreaker questions. I know you probably found these the hardest ones.
Probably, yeah.
So, first question is, if you could have dinner with 3 celebrities, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Anton Dubek from Strictly. Don't laugh.
Is he the one who says 7?
No, he's dead.
Oh.
Anton Dubek, because he's a charmer and he'd dance with me. And that would be heaven.
And
my next one, really random, Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars.
I love Bruno Mars. And he would sing to me. Oh, that would be heaven as well.
What song would he sing to you?
Anyone.
Anyone.
Anyone. Oh, I think he's marvellous. And my third, could I have 2?
No.
Oh,
You've
but
already had 2.
they come as a package.
Who?
Jack Whitehall and his dad. Yeah, they come as a package.
I'm going to leave it up to the listeners to see whether they agree.
Oh,
Whether that. But if you can only choose one, which one would it be?
Tom Allen.
What? If I can't have both of them, I don't want any of them.
That is true.
And then it would be Tom Allen.
Tom Allen.
Is he the bold guy?
Yeah, I love Tom Allen. But it was between Jack Whitehall and his dad. Or Tom Allen.
That's a good bunch, actually.
Yeah. Or one would sing to me, one would make me laugh, and the other one would dance with me.
And I noticed there's no females in there, so you're a bit of a tart.
Yeah.
So, second question is, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
That's hard. I don't think I'd like an invisibility cloak, because what if you saw something that you didn't like? So I wouldn't like that one, I don't think. I think a time traveler, possibly.
Time traveler.
So I could go back to some times when I wish I'd done things better.
Like what?
Oh, like see my dad again.
Oh.
Yeah, things like that. And maybe say things that if you'd have known what life was going to throw at you, you could replay it a little bit and make the most of the times. So time traveler, I think.
If you had to go back to
An age,
what age would it be?
Oh, I quite like the mid-70s.
Yeah?
When I met your dad. Great times. Disco was out.
Motown?
No, that was the 60s.
Oh, sorry.
70s disco. So that was my era.
Like Bee Gees and...
Yeah. Staying Alive, things like that. Oh, fantastic. We used to go nightclubbing. Oh, brilliant. Every week.
And so, third and final question. If you could be a mythical person or being, so that can be from a film or from anything, who would you be and what chaos would you cause?
Oh, see, I wouldn't want to cause chaos. I'd want to be a fairy and spread joy.
Who like?
Tinkerbell.
You'd be Tinkerbell.
Yeah. I'd love to be a fairy. Fairies are nice.
I'm sure not all of them are nice.
I only know nice ones.
I've never heard of a bad fairy,
No.
actually, so Tooth Fairy wasn't particularly good.
Tooth Fairy, nice. Yeah.
Go around thieving teeth. Thank you so much for that. So let's get into it. Mum, how do we know each other?
Well, many years ago, you were my firstborn.
Firstborn.
Yeah.
Downhill from there.
Oh, it was very excited to have you. We were together, me and your dad, from when I was 14 and he was 15. And we married when I was 23. And I think we had you when we were 26 or 27. So it was quite a long time before we had you. But
I'm sure it was the easiest and best decision you ever made.
Of course. Was the pause too long there?
I can cut that. Right.
Please don't.
I'm going to make it sound like you answered that instantly.
You were so wanted because you were the first grandchild from mum and dad. And, you were a joy, really.
Yeah, so
you were an easy child.
We've known each other a while, really, haven't we?
Yeah.
About 35 years.
About 35 years.
So, what were you like at school?
Me, I went to an all-girls school and I really didn't like it because I'm a person that mixes with both genders. All girls, a little bit too bitchy for me.
So that's so far we've got an all-male top 3 dinners. Didn't like your all-girls school because you were missing the men.
No, I'm an all-rounded person. I like both, company of both.
If I ask what you do, you better not tell me OnlyFans or...
No, the school was very strict. It was called public secondary school for girls, and it's in Plymouth. It's still there. It's the university now. Very strict school. Our headmistress used to wear a cloak and those square hats. And
no way.
Yes, it was like going back to Hogwarts. Really.
Do you know what? That's what I was thinking. Like Hogwarts.
Yeah, very strict.
Did you have a uniform?
Oh, a really strict uniform. It was bottle green, so that's dark green to you, with braiding. And we had a boater hat with a ribbon in the back.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and we had to have a certain length of sock and no pattern on it. And they were really... And we had a briefcase.
Briefcase?
We had a briefcase, yes. We all had briefcases. On the subject, going back to my English teacher was Mrs. Redgrave, she married into the family. And me and my friend had the real honour of being able to go in the library, the staff library, every lunchtime, so-called tidying the books. But we had a boys' school adjoining us, and we weren't allowed to mix, weren't allowed to talk to them. So we discovered that this frosted window, if we scraped a bit off, we could see the boys walking down their staircase through this peephole. So every lunchtime we just used to look through a peephole.
So there we have it.
And Mrs. Redgrave never, ever knew that we never really did anything with the books.
Well, she may.
Yeah, no, she had more velvet jackets than you cared to throw stick out.
When actually you were just parving at the labs.
I forgot about that.
It's funny how these memories crop up just to fall in line with you being a bit of a trollop.
Yeah.
So was it like a posh school then?
Yeah.
Because public schools now you've got to pay for.
Oh, no, you had to pass the 11 plus at junior school. And none of this coaching like there is now. We never even knew we were entered for the 11 plus, and you just told that you passed. And I was only one of 8 in my school that passed.
And so what sort of like subjects did you like?
At school, English, history, not
just
a lot else.
English.
Yeah, I was rubbish at geography, and they give me this posh medal. You used to get a medal that you wore in your tie, very posh silver. And he gave it to me, then told me I was no good at Mr. Jebb. Told me I was no good at geography, and I then went on to the geology O-level course and got an O-level in geology.
Like rocks?
Studying of rocks, so anything you need to know about rocks.
So how have you put that to use in later in life?
No, none of it. None of it's any good.
So from school, what did you do after that?
Well, I went to work in local government for the housing department and worked there for 2 years. And then me and my friend decided, the grass was greener working for what used to be Post Office Telecommunications, which is now BT. I worked for BT for 14 years altogether. Oh, very happy days.
And what was it like growing up in Plymouth?
All right. It was quite safe. Yeah, you didn't feel threatened. We used to go, like I said, me and your dad, every single weekend. Oh, I worked in Woolworths as a Saturday girl on the bakery. Not a lot of people know there was a bakery in Woolworths.
Where was it?
On the side wall.
And
they had a little cafe near the Pick and Mix. Yeah, and they did fresh fruit and veg. My friend was on that counter. But I was on the bakery there, and every Saturday when I finished my shift, me and your dad used to go off to the cinema every week before we were old
Aw.
enough to go to nightclubs. Yeah, we used to go cinema every week with all my stash of cakes, which we were allowed to buy them at the end for a penny. So what me and my colleagues used to do, the ones we wanted, we just used to hide under the counter. And then, lo and behold, just before we closed, oh, we have these and we could buy them for a penny.
So whereabouts in Plymouth did you grow up?
Where your nanny lives now.
Oh, so
Yeah,
Ham.
Ham, all my life. But it was hard for me because everybody went to Burrington then, which is now All Saints, I think. I had to get a bus to go to another school. And there wasn't mobiles then, so you didn't see your friends after school. You couldn't get, you had to go on the old manual phone or a call box if you wanted to speak to your friends. That's probably why I didn't like it, because all my friends from junior school went to secondary school, and I went to this posh school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I always wanted to work. I've always enjoyed my working life more.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So do you think your childhood helped pave your way for your parenting?
Yes, my mum and dad were good parents. I look back and I had a really good childhood. And I'm not just saying that. When I hear what other people have gone through in their lives, how lucky we were. My dad, Gadget Man, we used to call him. He only had to pick up the phone and he'd be there. If you need somebody picking up from school, he'd jump in his car and he'd be gone.
Yeah, as far as granddads go,
Yeah.
like he was my world, wasn't he?
Yeah. I had a good upbringing. I really did. Happy. Lovely. One of the happiest memories I have, and I was talking to a colleague about this today. Dad didn't have a car till we were 10, and he learnt to drive, and he got a car. My sister Shan, she would be on the parcel shelf on the back. If my mum remembered to put her in the car, we did go away for the day once, and Mum remembered she was still in her cot. I go back.
That explains so much about my auntie.
Yeah. But every weekend, rain, shine, fog, my dad would bundle us all in the car, and we never ever knew where we were going. Grandad used to just drive until we found somewhere. And we used to sometimes go on the moors, oh, let's turn this way, let's turn that way. That's my happiest memories, because we always went away. Every single weekend, we went somewhere.
We weren't far off that as children, though, were we?
No.
Most weekends we went away.
Yeah. I think that stems from my childhood, really. Yeah.
Yeah, but like me and Emma always say how great our childhood was, not only from where we lived in Hat, but our little trips away, our little days out.
Camping.
Oh,
great. Camping.
Yeah, which is funny because I've married into somebody who couldn't think of anything worse than camping. I'm now a hotel snob. Yeah. So obviously I appreciate we skipped a massive bit, but you decided to have children. What was I like as a child?
Oh my goodness. The same as you are now. The same as you are now.
What do you mean?
You have stayed
immature.
Yes. True to yourself. When you were little, you went to Nanny and Grandad's, came back with a cowboy outfit, cowboy hat, which I still have in the loft. And
you're such a hoarder.
Memories. You came back with this, with a cassette tape with country and western music on, which we had to play on loop.
It's funny because I said in a previous episode, I'm back into country now.
There you are.
They've modernized it.
But I think how you were then, you are now. You were a free spirit. You were always happy. Your Auntie Heather used to take you and your cousin Gareth in a double buggy, and you used to shout hello to everybody, and Gareth used to scowl at them. And when we lived in our house in Saltash, we lived on a main road. He used to open the window, dangerous, on a main road, open the window and shout, hello man, hello lady, non-stop till people said hello to you. And so you were persistent, which no doubt you're still the same now.
I'm so persistent. That's how me and Liz have ended up married.
That is true. That is very true. But you stayed true to yourself. You were, honestly, I took you to Tumble Tots, it was called then. Everybody went there. It was quite expensive. But I thought, right, that might calm him down. No, it only taught you that you could run across the top of the settee balancing, which was even more dangerous than what you were doing before.
Which is so odd because I've got no balance now.
Well, you
I'm
did
so
then.
clumsy.
You did then. Yes. But yeah, you've always loved sport, and we've followed you everywhere, really, with sport.
I was very lucky that you were able to do that. And part of that was because Dad didn't get that opportunity
when he was young.
When he was young.
Yeah.
So it's nice that it was nice for me, not so nice for him, I imagine.
No, we loved it. No,
No, I mean.
Oh, for when he was young, yeah. Oh, he had a tough upbringing. Yeah. So we always try to give you and Emma. I had a good upbringing, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So we always tried to give you what he didn't have.
It's about balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, so at some point you decided, do you know what? We need to double up.
I did. Yeah. And then we had Emma. We really tried to prepare you for Emma. And when she was born, it broke our hearts because you used to say, oh, people have only come to see me, to see Emma, not me. And that broke our hearts. That did. Or was that you being a drama queen now?
Yeah, do you know what? I think that I just knew how to play the room.
Yeah, I think you did. But you love your sister, and you did, and you were so good to her.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, but you made it. This is how you were when you were little. You used to make her laugh all the time because she had terrible health problems when she was little, and you used to make her laugh all the time. She even now adores you. Yeah, although she shouts at you.
You hear that, Emma? You adore me.
Yeah, she does. She loves her brother.
Do I remember, or did I make this up when I told this in one of mine and Liz's episodes? In her baby book, I was her favourite toy.
Yes, yeah, you were. Well, you were her favourite toy because she watched you all the time. Yeah.
Oh. What was your thought when I first said that I was doing a podcast?
I thought you'd gone mad. I thought that'll last a week.
Yeah.
But I have loved some of the most obscure ones that I didn't think I'd like are the ones I like the most, where I learned something about somebody. Because I'm fascinated by people. I'm a people person and I love people. Well, I'm new to podcasts. I like listening to podcasts now. I think because of you doing your podcast, there's lots of other people I now want to listen to.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
I just think that it's the only platform where you can grab somebody's attention for 45 minutes, but they can do that whilst they're walking the dog, whilst they're doing the dishes.
Or your cousin Vicky, she walks to work at the hospital and she listens to every episode walking to work.
Yeah, so that was the whole plan, because I listened to them during those times. I thought, why can't I could do that? Yeah. Recently with work, we've been doing some voluntary work with your charity, and the feedback has been
here we go.
I can completely tell why you're the way you are. Your mum's lovely, she's bonkers, and all these things I've been described as well.
The only thing different between me and you, I've got a filter.
Yeah, I really
You haven't got a filter. I spend most of my time saying, Daryl.
Yeah, I did try explaining that to somebody. You're like the soft core version.
Yeah.
Because you don't swear, do you?
Never. I've never swore. I was training to be a foster mum, and I went through all my training, and the social worker who took on my training and whether I was good enough to be, she had to interview you. And she came back and she said, Daryl is the male version of you. He's got your mannerisms. He says the same things as you. She could not believe how alike we were. But I'd never realised that before. But she couldn't believe it.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I did pass all my training, but it never happened.
No.
My life took a different turn at the time. But
it's a shame. It's a shame. Like, that is a real shame.
Yeah.
So I remember that.
Yeah.
And even though I'm so protective over you
Mm.
and Emma, like so protective, I hated the thought of somebody coming into our household for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. But it just worried me that they were going to be horrible.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think it would have been an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And it's such a shame that it never ended up happening.
Yeah. Well, life throws these things at you, and I moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved on. I felt proud of myself to go through it. It was a harrowing 6 months to get to that
it really
point,
was.
because they scrutinise everything, and well,
Rightly so. But
rightly
yet
so.
You still
rightly
hear
so.
these horror stories,
Mm.
and you think, how did they?
Slip through the net.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I was
But-
very proud of myself because I took my mum on the training course. We had to go on a training course, with all these other future foster parents. Most of them were mum and dad foster parents, and it was me. And I took my mum as my support. And your nanny had never in her life done anything like that, and we came top of that whole of that room.
Oh.
The feedback was that we were outstanding, and I feel really proud that I took Nanny along
Yeah.
to share that as well.
Can we talk about Nanny a bit? Because
Yeah,
you're
dear
so
Nanny.
close to her.
Oh yeah.
And you are literally... So people understand when they meet Mum why I am the way I am. When you meet my Nan, you can understand why Mum's the way she is, which has led to
Yeah.
the way I am. Crap rolls downhill. That's all.
Oh, Nanny is something else. You wouldn't get two of her. She had
You wouldn't be able to handle two of her.
No, she had a very tough upbringing. She was the oldest of, I think, 6. I think it was 6.
Yeah, I've lost count.
Again, going back to memories. I used to go and buy their Christmas presents. It breaks my heart now on Christmas Eve because he used to get his last wage packet and they'd reserve them and the toy shop would stay open until they came and paid for them. And on the Christmas tree, there was all like Bell's whiskey. The bell?
The little... Oh, yeah.
My granny had made all the decorations on the tree for all the bells, but it was so effective. But they would give you their last penny. They were the poorest people, but bonfire night, oh, such a memory. We used to all go down to Granny and Grandad's. We had the biggest bonfire in the land. They lit the fire. Granny would make the stew, and then we'd eat the stew after the fireworks like you never believe. Oh, unbelievable. Then we'd go around all the bonfires in the area. Well, they were huge in those days.
Yeah, because a lot of them had cars on.
Yeah.
They saved it up all year. The area of Plymouth that Mum is from is also known... It's just outside of Swilly.
And it was Swilly, and we were rivals.
Yeah, so they're literally smack bang next to each other.
Yeah.
So these bonfires...
I
remember you taking me round one, and I swear people were chucking literally whatever they were.
And they'd fight. All the gangs would fight.
Yeah.
And the riot police were there, but it was like high tension bonfire night. And Chris was, if my brother's listening to this, I'm really sorry, Paul. I had the first calculator, my granny and granddad, because I was the first grandchild. They bought me the first Texas Instrument calculator in the whole school. Nobody else in my primary school had a calculator. And I had to stand in the middle of the hall. And all the children, bearing in mind there was hundreds in the school, had a file passed and look at my calculator, which my granny and granddad had bought me. Paul says he was given an orange that year for a present. He's never forgiven me, never forgiven my grandparents. Sorry, Paul.
So were you the first person in your school to write boobies upside down on a calculator?
I learnt that, yeah. Yeah, somebody probably showed me how to do it. But poor Paul, he said because he was a second child, he was like forgotten. And because Shan was like...
Shan was still in the cot. They don't have it in the old house.
Oh, yes. And they were... Even where Grandad lived, my Grandad Marn, we call him Grandad Morris, Grandad, and my granny, you can name everybody down the road and you know the thieves and the vagabonds and the
Yeah. You
troublemakers.
see him coming up the road, and
Yeah.
you knew to like hide.
Yeah, and I used to go up the shops with my granny and granddad, which is, they had lots of shops in those days, and they used to send me up the shop. And this boy called Bungy Williams, he was called.
Bungy.
Bungy Williams.
Why was he called Bungy?
Don't know. Don't know.
Okay.
Bungy
Do you know what
Williams.
his real first name was?
No, never knew. No. And he jumped out of a bush and attacked me for no reason. I was just, I was always a nice person, so I don't know why he did it. Anyway, my grandparents down knocked on the door, and they could have got at him, they would have killed him, but that's what happened in those days. And then one day, he lived in the same road as my Auntie June, and it was a Sunday afternoon, so you never forget. And Bungy Williams attacked me another occasion. He was a troubled child. He ended up in a Borstal. He attacked me, and I knocked on Auntie June's door, and I was crying. And I never forget this. She ran down the road with her cucumber sandwich in her hand, and she was him all the way down the road. Because in those days,
Cucumber sandwiches were a thing.
She took him all the way down the road. He was stupid enough to stay to see what she'd do. And of course, she took him all the way down to his mum. He probably got another clip when he got down to his mum.
What was I like at school? Because I think I was just a delight.
Yeah.
I guess it's
sporty. We used to go everywhere with you for the school football team. And that was sad, though. You were meant to be going up to Bath. You got through to the finals, didn't you?
Yeah.
And because of foot and mouth.
Foot and mouth.
Was it?
Throwback.
Was it? Or
yeah, mad cow disease.
Mad cow disease. Mrs. Carpenter would
That
let you go. Do you
that was
remember?
a weird time. So anybody who's listening who wasn't in Cornwall or farmland, you used to drive along like the main road in Cornwall, and there would literally be fires of animals.
And North Devon.
It was like a vegan's worst nightmare.
Oh, it was horrendous. We went on holiday to North Devon. I don't know whether you remember this. And the stench of the foot and mouth.
I can still smell it. I can still remember having to wash your feet.
Wash your feet,
wellies
disinfectant.
And your shoes and...
Yeah, and you were meant to go on got through to the finals of a competition, a football competition, and you weren't allowed to go because of foot and mouth, because they wouldn't let people travel, even though...
A bit like a mini COVID.
Yeah, it was like the precursor to COVID, really. It was horrendous. Oh, the smell. I don't think in my lifetime I'll ever forget the smell of rotting cows. Awful. Absolutely awful. But
glad they didn't deal with COVID the same way they dealt with mad cow disease, which is burn them all.
But going back to your school days, in those days, the teacher used to come around to visit you at home to see what your home life was like. A bit nosy, really. But lovely Mrs. Yule, who was lovely.
She was amazing.
Yeah, she was a lovely teacher. She came round to visit Darrow, and we had a word behind our house, a big word. It was a local landowner's land. So Darrow thought he would show off and ran into the words, climbed the biggest tree he could climb, with Mrs. Yule screaming, Mrs. Lumsdon, Mrs. Lumsdon, get him down out of the tree. I was saying, well, I can't get him down. So welcome to Darrow's world. He's up the top of a tree, showing the teacher how high he could climb.
Which again is so funny now because I don't really particularly like heights. So we all grew up a bit. We all went to secondary school. And...
You found girls.
I found girls.
Yeah.
Well, arguably, I've already explained, I found girls when I was in about year 4.
Yes, that's true. That is true. Always been a charmer.
But yeah. And so I decided I didn't want to play football anymore.
Yeah, that was a sad day. But I'm going to say at this point, I admire you now. At the time, I was heartbroken when you gave up your time with Plymouth Argyle. I was heartbroken when you rang. But now, looking back, that's what I said to you just now, true to yourself. You were brave to say, I don't want to do that anymore. It was easier to carry on than to tell me and your dad, I don't want to play football.
Yeah, it was one, like, at the time, obviously, I didn't think I was being brave.
No, but...
I was just so fed up.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed all the other stuff. I enjoyed the rugby.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my mates and
Yeah.
being able to go out and maybe have a slight tipple in a park somewhere.
Where you couldn't
do
with
it.
Argyle, it was
And
too strict.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was away every weekend.
Yeah.
I had to train 2 nights a week.
All the way down Bodmin in Ivy Bridge.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Winter, summer, snow, rain.
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember sitting in the car and Dad had a flask of OXO.
Yeah.
Used to sit there and have a sip of that before going down in the freezing cold.
Freezing cold.
I mean, it's no different with rugby now.
No.
But I was young. And
Yeah.
so then I decided to get a job.
You were a bit like me. We
I've
enjoyed
always liked
working.
yeah.
I have, in fairness. Yeah.
Yeah. But that really funded my nights out, didn't it, really?
Let's
And
talk about your nights out.
it must have been weird seeing it. I had a new freedom where, I could drive, not at the same time as drinking, obviously,
No.
but I could drive anywhere I liked and I could go to the pub with my mates.
Yeah.
We could go out. There was a whole new social life that started from being able to go out drinking.
Yeah.
And those days, you could get a taxi.
No, sorry. Can I stop you there?
Oh.
Mum, middle of the night. I cannot tell you how many times I'd have a phone call from Daryl. I don't know where I am. I've been kicked out of a taxi. Describe where you are. Me with a getting higher and higher voice, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Describe. There's buses. So there was a bus station in town. So I naturally assumed that's where you could see the buses. No, wrong. You were at Mile House bus station, which I didn't think of. I said, right, I'm coming. It was minus something. I never forget it. I can still visualize it. I said, stay where you are. Do not move at all, and I will come and find you. No, I'm driving along Wolseley Road, 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's Daryl walking down the middle of the main road. Well, walking, that was an understatement. Staggering. How he hadn't got killed, I do not know. But this was on many occasions.
All right.
Oh, no. You were,
God.
You, can I just say something about you?
Mm.
And I don't think you like me saying this, but I say it to lots of people. You passed away tomorrow. I always say to people, Daryl has lived life to the full.
Oh.
I can honestly say, with a smile on my face, that you have lived life to the full.
I mean, besides the fact of thinking about when I'm dead.
No, but you know what I mean.
No, I know. That's really, really nice. Actually.
You've enjoyed it. You've enjoyed your life to this point. And
yeah, I have.
Yeah, I mean, there's ups and downs. But
what's it been like? What's it like as a parent, though? Because obviously I've got all this to come.
Yeah.
What is it like as a parent looking at that? And
you never stop worrying.
No.
Nanny worries about me. I worry about you. I worry about Liz. I worry about the grandchildren now. I worry about Emma, Stephen. Yeah, you never stop worrying. Never, ever. You never. That's one thing nobody ever tells you.
Yeah.
I
understand
you sign up for life. It's not, once you get married, that's it. You still worry about them and are they going to be okay? And
do you remember a few years ago, I phoned you because I'd gone to watch my goddaughter, Jess, play football. And I phoned you from the car park and said, I am so sorry for putting you through that as a parent. Because even though I'm not a parent, I wanted to kill all of the opposition parents.
Yeah.
It's just a horrible, worrying thing to see.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'll tell you now, I am a very soft person like yourself. We're both out of the same cut of cloth or something they say.
Mould.
Yeah. I had to stop going to football matches to watch you because it used to break my heart in half to see you being taken off or not put on when we travelled halfway around the country watching you so that some other parent can have the joy of their child having a trial for the
Yeah.
team, and you would be sat there. Oh, it broke my heart. I had to stop going. Your dad used to go at the
Yeah.
end of your footballing life. I could not bear the upset of that. But when you started rugby, I wished you were on the side because it was a bit too violent for me.
I mean, it's still regretful. I don't think I would have broken my ribs playing football this week, a couple of weekends ago.
As I said, exercise is very dangerous.
It is.
But, that's one thing, to see your child, no matter whether you're 15, 16, sat on the side of that pitch, heartbreaking. Yeah, because your face didn't fit because you're a strong character sometimes. And that is yet again true to yourself because you didn't grovel round people. They earned your respect. And there were certain people you saw right through them. And in a way, that went against you sometimes. But you stayed true to yourself.
That's weird, actually.
Yeah, you were quite stubborn. I think that's your dad's side, because I'm not stubborn. But that's your dad's side, I feel.
Yeah, see, Liz calls me stubborn, but I think I'm like subtly stubborn.
Yeah.
It's hidden. But like...
And you had a certain coach at the said football team who really didn't like you because you were a character.
Yeah.
And they tried to drum that out of you, and they never did. Darrow, it's still there.
Every time somebody's tried, or I can only be me.
Only be you, and don't ever be anybody other than you, because that's why everybody likes you. Because
I'm sure not everybody likes me, Mum.
Your mum does.
That's all that matters.
And your nanny. Yeah.
So, obviously, along that stage, Liz turned up.
Yeah.
At the ripe age of 16.
Yeah. Took my boy away from me.
Never quite forgiven her.
Never forgiven her, no.
But she did provide you with grandchildren.
Oh, lovely. Oh, yeah. I couldn't ask for 2 more beautiful children. Oh.
Other than your own?
Your own, yeah. Yeah, but you get pushed aside then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just a tool now.
I don't show people pictures of you anymore. Have you seen my grandchildren?
Yeah, I mean, there's been quite a few occasions where people didn't realise you had a son.
Oh, yes. People have actually said to me, "Oh, you've got a son." Oh, yeah, easy. Oh, I don't really need to worry about it.
I hope you're not telling everybody that
that you're easy. There's been times. Can I at this point mention, although I'm quite pure in a lot of ways, I bought you your first pack of condoms and put them in your drawer in your bedroom just in case, because I thought that'd be just Darrow's luck.
Top shagger.
So I never wanted him to say that he couldn't afford them.
God, I completely forgot about that.
Oh, I haven't forgotten.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh.
So Liz came along, and what was your first thoughts of her?
She was from Liscard. There's that divide.
Everyone.
No, I'm only joking. No, Liz was a breath of fresh air, strong character, good match for you, because you needed somebody to sort you out.
Yeah.
And Liz does.
Oh, she's made it her life's work.
Yeah. Well, if everybody was like me, you'd walk all over us. So you need Liz's in this world to keep you on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, she's very good at that as well.
And I've got to say it, Emma always says it's the big sister she never had. She thinks the world of Liz.
And her brothers are the brothers I never had as well.
Yeah. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you got in with Liz, you had that extended all our family.
It really did. And they've never gone away, have they, really?
No, we've got, like, all of us an extended family, haven't we, really? Because just thinking the other day when we went to Fisherman's Friends, I went with all Liz's family. All of them, and we all went out first. So I'm just one of the gang, really.
Yeah, they allow that atmosphere, and they don't allow it with everyone.
No, and Sarah's had, many, many times we've been down with me and Nanny. And can I just share this? When my dad passed away, I had loads of, I don't know why this has come up now. Liz again and what she must have married into. I had hundreds of cards of, in sympathy cards, and somebody had delivered or sent me some flowers in this beautiful wicker arrangement. It was really gorgeous. And I put it next a candle I lit for my dad. Well, the wicker caught fire, which caught fire to the cards. Liz turned up at our house to see me running out the door with flames and threw the flames into the plastic bin. So, yeah, you couldn't do right this. Then I served the meal and ran in to get another chair. Oh, because we were one chair short, which was in your bedroom. I got up quickly, nearly broke my nose because I hit it on
Oh,
the
we've still
floor.
got that photo.
Yeah.
And Liz wets herself
Yeah.
every single
And this
time.
was all at the same time. This
Yeah.
was all on the same day. So poor Liz had it coating me, catching fire to the house, and then nearly breaking my nose and my arm.
Oh, bless.
Oh, that Grandad was up there laughing his socks off.
Oh, no, he would have been.
Yeah.
And that was so Grandad passing, obviously your dad, that was probably the toughest time our family's had.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, because it was very quick. I think it was 10 weeks from start to finish.
And see, you call that quick. Some people don't get a chance, don't get
No.
those 10 weeks, which I'm
No.
really grateful for.
Yeah.
Although it was really sad to see him deteriorate. And it's easy to say, oh, it would have been better if it was quick. We still got that time.
Yeah. And we did share some lovely things with him just before he went.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
his Man U top.
Man U top. And all going around and watching Man U with him. And,
Yeah, yeah.
and my dad died at 68. It is
Yeah.
quite, isn't when you see it that way.
He was young.
I'll tell you a few stories about Grandad. It's a funny one.
So what was Grandad like as a dad?
Oh, strict on me. Not so strict on Shan, I don't feel, because that was 7 years difference. So a big difference.
And also, just to put in perspective, Nanny was 16
when she had me. And when, she and my dad was 20, got married. They said it would never last. And they loved each other till his dying day. And nobody will ever replace my dad from my mum, and proved everybody wrong. They had me when they were 16. When she got married, in those days, they all went to the pub, the men, afterwards, and she had to sit outside because she wasn't allowed in because she wasn't old enough. And that was her wedding day. It breaks my heart, really.
That's horrible.
Always waved us off at the door with his arms round there on the doorstep. We never had any heating in our house at one point in Hat, which was a terrible time. And they turned up with colour gas heaters, for us, so that we could keep warm. And it's just things like that. Anything that broke.
He was the king of bodge jobs, wasn't he?
Yes.
When he passed, we had to get somebody around my nan's to sort out all of his electrics because he had used bits of
tinfoil,
to
insulating tape,
tinfoil on wire to attach the
he
stuff.
Had about over 100 Stanley knives, and we kept finding them and finding them.
He had more pairs of headphones
and glasses.
Yeah,
hundreds of pairs of glasses, which he bought in the pound shop every time he went. He loved all his grandchildren equally. Loved them all. Nothing was too much trouble. Nothing. They were great grandparents, I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they were amazing. So, next stage, I guess, was Emma getting engaged.
Yeah. Me and you cried, didn't we?
Oh my God, I bawled.
Oh, Stephen took Emma to London. I was in on it.
I can't believe you didn't tell me.
Oh, I'm very good at keeping it secret. Emma rang, video called me and Darrow. We were sobbing, weren't we? Emma was sobbing.
We were sobbing.
Yeah.
And what's that Emma getting married?
Oh. Well, a very weird one because she didn't want any fuss. If you know Emma doesn't like fuss. She don't like being centre of attention. So she said, if you want a big wedding, you'll have to
Organise it yourself.
organise it.
Yeah.
They gave me all the money. I didn't have to pay for any of it, but I organised all the wedding, everything. And I pulled it off, I think. But
They did really well.
even funnier.
It was a lovely day.
Yeah. And you were a wonderful best man. Oh, me and my colleague were talking about this only today, funnily enough. And how you were throwing the cards out, reading the your speech. It was so funny. And you were a good best man. You looked after Stephen so well.
How did it feel, your daughter
Oh,
getting married?
yeah. Well, yet again, you lose part of you. You know, you feel proud, but it pulls on
Yeah.
your heartstrings.
Because
Because somebody else is responsible. Like even now, they still live with me, but I have very little say in their life, actually. Because if I try to intercept on anything, Stephen is the barrier.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
Rightly so,
Rightly
yeah.
so. And like, it's no different. You probably think it is because they live with us, but it isn't any different. And I have to, be careful sometimes to
Yeah.
not overstep the mark.
And shortly after that, very shortly after that, me and Liz,
Yes.
3 days later,
Yeah.
we got the keys to
Keys.
our house.
Yeah. And that was a disaster because me and Sarah, we had it all planned.
That's my mother-in-law.
Yeah. There we were with deck chairs. It was bitterly cold, freezing. We had hot drinks and we were going to sneak into the back garden so that when they let themselves into the house for the first time, there would be the two mums in the back garden. No, they picked the keys up early. They were already here. So it all backfired on us. And we felt really let down that we were never allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And we had it all plotted perfect and ruined it.
Ruined
But-
your moment.
Yeah, but it was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely having your first house. Oh, it was lovely. I was so pleased for you both. It's such a lovely home, isn't it?
We've made
is
it a
home.
lovely home, I
It
feel.
is home, yeah. Yeah, remember the day you got the keys? Now look, there's 4 of you now. 5.
There's 5 of us
Barry
now.
first, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Barry first.
Because, it's just, obviously, Liz was brought up to be very independent.
Yeah,
Cook, clean,
yeah.
do her washing, everything. I was mollycoddled.
Oh, you were.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, yeah. But that's my nature.
No,
I could never
wouldn't have
change.
it any other
No,
way.
I could never
However,
change.
I have had to try, and I'll never quite catch up,
No.
but I have had to adult a little bit.
Now, going back to what you said earlier about how your parents molded you, my mum wouldn't let me do anything. So when I got married, I didn't know how to do anything. So it was the same. So it's carried on because Nanny was a stay-at-home mum
Yeah.
and she did everything for us. The tea was on the table when we came home from school. So that's where it's come from. Blame Nanny.
Yes, I don't think I think the buck stops there with the mollycoddling. Even though, no matter how hard I try, I think Liz is, and I want them to be brought up
Oh, yeah.
to be
To
independent.
see Lyra baking on the side and
Yeah.
stirring it
You
on
know, like
her kitchen.
she cuts the potatoes.
Oh, and she
with
knows
Liz.
in her kitchen. When you watch her playing in the kitchen, she makes the same sounds as Liz. She's sighing and, oh, I've got to do that.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. She is her mum. Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
She might look like you, but she
I'm
definitely...
not sure the world's ready. I'm not sure the world's ready. But yeah, so then obviously me and Liz get engaged.
And then you go get married.
And then I go and get married.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh.
different for your son getting married to your daughter?
Yeah. It's completely different.
Is it?
Because it's true what they say. When your son gets married, his wife's now the mother.
Yeah.
Not in that same sense,
You
but
hear that, Liz?
oh no, it is completely different. Yeah, because your daughter always turns to mum,
Yeah.
whereas your son turns to his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so true, actually.
that is, no, it is. It is. It is.
Yeah, that's really odd.
Yeah, because me and Chan are really close to Nanny, and Nanny feels that Paul is with Kath.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
see the, and it's
yeah.
not wrong. It's
No,
just,
no, but it must be sad,
and you were
sad.
like, you
Like,
were go. I feel sorry for people that have got all boys, because
yeah,
it's different. Yeah, and I've got friends who've got all boys, and
that's
yeah,
really interesting. I've never really
yeah.
thought of it
Haven't
like
you
that.
thought of it like that?
No.
No, no. It's
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, Mum.
yeah.
On
It's
Liz's
all
behalf.
no, no. No,
Um,
it's good. It's good that you've got your own life, and
yeah. So the next big thing, apart from getting a dog, we don't need to talk about that because it's just. But us announcing that
oh,
Liz was pregnant.
oh, amazing. Oh, absolutely amazing. Yeah, giving me that book, and I didn't know what the book meant.
So we bought this lovely, like,
Oh,
grandma's memory book,
yeah.
right? And we thought this is going to be perfect because Mum's really sentimental,
I am. I
like a
am.
complete hoarder. So something like a memory book is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Brilliant surprise. We give her this. We said, "Oh, we got something to give you," and she opens it up and she's like, "Oh, thank you." The look in her face is saying, "I've got no clue what this is."
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true.
So
You had to practically spell it out, didn't
once
you?
we'd spelt it out, she then sort of like it hit her.
Yeah. Oh. And then, how could you do this to me? I go to Wales to see my niece, and we're in one of the big shopping malls up there, and we're in a card shop. What a surprise, with Nanny in a card shop. Yeah. And we had the ping, 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 all these pictures coming through. We are stood in this card shop in Wales, screaming, all three of us, me, Shan, and Nanny, and everybody in the shops like went silent. And I said, I, I'm a granny, I'm a nanny, I'm a grandma, right? And everybody was clapping and saying, well done. And it was so lovely. It was a lovely, oh, it was wonderful. Oh, it was wonderful. Yeah. Seeing her for the first, now look at her. Oh, she's such an independent young
Oh,
lady.
she really is.
Oh, she's just gorgeous.
She's so cute.
She makes me laugh.
And I don't know.
A
So
mini me Liz, definitely.
something that I've always wondered is, does every parent think their children are like the cutest thing in the world?
Yeah.
Or can they recognize an ugly baby?
So are we talking about you thinking your baby's?
Yeah. Do you think that a parent could look at their child and go, that is an ugly baby?
No,
No.
no, you don't only ever see the good and the beauty in your child. There's always something beautiful about every child.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they might have a beautiful personality. They
Yeah,
might not have the looks.
You can't tell that as a baby, though, can you?
No, you still love them.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
they better have a decent
Oh,
personality.
yeah.
The state of that.
Oh no, you'd love, no matter what, you'd love them.
It's been-
We're just lucky we got two perfect ones.
Yeah. So again, the next step was the second.
Yeah. And I didn't care what you had, but you are so blessed to have a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, two very different.
As were you.
Oh, of course. Very lucky. I feel blessed. I had one of each. I really do. Because you need sons for certain things and you need daughters for other things. So it's,
I think me and Emma are completely useless to you, really.
no, you're not. No, you're not. No, no.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very proud of you both, actually.
I was
Your own
going
little-
to say, like, is there anything that you want to share that maybe people probably don't know about you?
I've been on the back of a bus.
Quite a few of us have been on the back of a bus.
Literally on the back of a bus. My hands were used.
You're a hand model.
Hand model. Yes, when I worked at St. Luke's Hospice, they had a big publicity drive, and I was on very unnerving when you're following a bus and it's your hand on the big sign at the back. So that's one thing people don't know.
That is
They've
quite.
never known it's my hand. my giggle was used in a 118 advert, and they paid me £150 for my voice for a year, but they actually ran the advert for 18 months, which I was a bit cross about because they only paid me for a year. But I was quite chuffed that they did. And I was on every independent radio station for 18 months for my advert, and
Right.
giggling and talking about 118. They listened in. I worked there for a short period, and they listened in to all the call centre staff, and I was picked for my giggle and my pleasantness, and probably my Cornish accent. So that's another thing a lot of people don't know about me. And I also went up to London to be in the 118 advert. Never forgive them. Ended up on the cutting room floor. Gutted. And I went all the way to London.
It was
Great
because your mustache was too strong, wasn't it?
Oh, and those men were slimy.
Ugh.
Oh, when you see that nylon they had to wear. Oh,
Yeah,
and
I ran a race in that outfit. once,
so
didn't
you
I?
know, and it was exactly the same outfit. But that was a great experience. And when everybody heard of it at the time, it was a new thing. I was one of the very first batch in Plymouth ever worked for them. So that was something to say I did. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. So, in summary, have you got any? I'm not saying you've got plenty more life left to live, but at this stage, have you got any advice to people?
I myself wish I had more courage to do what you and Liz have done, to go out and do things that you want to do. Like you've around the country, you've been around the world, you've bungee jumped out into concrete in Bristol.
Yeah.
Things like that. Lots of things in my head I want to do. I want to travel, but not brave enough to do it. I'm not brave enough. I've done lots of traveling, but
Of course.
not brave enough to do all the things I want to do. So I admire you here doing that, because I haven't got that. I'm very confident in a lot of ways, but that scares me to push myself out of my comfort zone. Oh, and another thing, probably a few of your listeners know, I've been on Martin Lewis' show 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of that.
You won a National Television Award?
I won a National Television Award, and
You made
I
him.
made Martin Lewis cry. And if you Google that, make Martin Lewis cry, it would.
There's my mum.
It'd be me, because he inspired me so much. He actually turned my life around. So, but from his guidance, and there.
Oh, that's incredible. So there we have it, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed reminiscing and just having a chat with my mum. I love you lots, Mum.
Thank you. I love you too. And you, Liz.
For now, cheers.